Hello everyone and welcome back to r/EntitledParents, and let's get right into it. This first story is by warrior_white. This just happened. We live in a pretty decent middle-income apartment complex. Lots of immigrants, but almost everybody is crazy friendly. Due to the corona, a lot of parents have been letting their children run around like crazy using the parking lot as their playground. Normally, I don't mind. Like I said, everyone's really friendly. 2 weeks ago, we bought my husband's very first ever motorcycle, Harley Iron 1200. We bought it brand new from the dealership. It parks in front of my tiny smart car and our assigned parking space. We outfitted it with covers, movement alarms, chains, etc. My husband is planning to drive it this weekend, so I took the cover off to plug in a portable charger battery tin. It still has the chains and motion alarms on it, so I left it alone. I was sitting next to our balcony window when I hear the alarms going off. I walk out onto the balcony and see this 3-year-old kid climbing the outside of the motorcycle. I rushed down the stairs as fast as I could. I use a cane, so I'm kind of slow. When I got down to the bike, the kid was sitting on it fully and trying to turn the handlebars. The bike has a fork lock which keeps the front wheel locked to the left. He was repeatedly jamming the handlebars to the right, which can damage the bike. I yelled, "Hey, get off that bike!" The kid looked startled and scared, but didn't move. I approached him and said, "It's not your bike. This is not a toy. You need to ask before you can sit on this." I told him to go home and not sit on this bike again. The kid sheepishly crawls down off the bike and runs off towards whichever apartment was his. I checked the bike over. It seemed okay. I was just attempting to climb the steps into my apartment when I hear, "Excuse me!" I turn to see this heavyset, super angry-looking woman clomping towards me with the same kid in tow. The entitled mother asks, "Are you the one who told my son he couldn't sit on this motorcycle?" "Yes, this is my husband's bike. The boy was playing with it with no one around. I told him he can't just climb on other people's vehicles like that." "I told him it was okay. He saw the bike when he was playing and asked if he could sit on it." "Ma'am, this isn't your bike. You can't give permission for him to be on it." "So? I live in the apartment across the street. I was watching him from my window. He wasn't hurting anything." "Ma'am, he was trying to turn the wheel of the bike with the fork engaged. He could have seriously damaged the vehicle or worse, dropped it on himself. I don't see how you watching him from across the street will help him when a 900-pound bike crushes him." "He was just playing with it. He wasn't going to hurt anything." "Lady, I do not give your kid permission to climb on my bike, whether you're watching him or not. Please tell your son to never do that again." "Well, you're not always going to be here to guard it. What's to stop him from playing on it when you're not here?" She said it so smugly, like she was challenging me. I pointed to my smart car behind the bike. "Do you see the dashboard camera right there? That thing is motion activated. If your son tries to play on this bike, he will be recorded. If I catch you or your kid as so much as even touching the bike, let alone removing the cover or climbing on it, I will report you to the management office and the police." The entitled mother growls angrily, grabs her kid by the hand, and storms away. I put the cover back on the bike and put another motion alarm around the strap that cinches the cover tight. Not foolproof, but should make a good amount of racket if somebody moves the cover too much. I got to speak with my husband and the management office on how to deal with the situation if it occurs again. I understand a kid doing it because they don't know better, but this mother was a piece of work. Update. Spoke to my husband that night. He was understandably furious, but more concerned for the kid. Spoke to the office the next morning. I showed them the dashcam footage and they recognized the kid and the mother immediately. Apparently, they've been having some troubles with the kids playing in the parking lot unsupervised. This also isn't the first time that this particular mother and child has caused problems on the property. Apparently, the kid broke somebody's windshield a few months back by climbing on top of the car. Office is going to speak to her. They took copies of the dashcam footage. Hopefully threatening her with a lease violation will encourage her to keep a better eye on her kid. For now, we're just going to leave the cover tied on the bike with a motion alarm attached to the tie that keeps the cover on. With no apparent seat to sit on, it should deter the kid from climbing on, and if the mother tries to remove the cover, it will set off the alarm. Best we can do for now. For those worried about me pointing out the dashcam to this mother, it is inside my vehicle, which is also motion alarm. If she tries to mess with it, I will always have the last 4 hours of secondary video uploaded online. So I can prove that she was the one who damaged my smart car to get into the dash cam. Too long didn't read. Entitled mother leaves 3-year-old unattended in parking lot of apartment. Child climbs onto brand new motorcycle and plays with it. Claims mother gave him permission to play on other people's bikes. I don't get what it is about entitled parents that always seem to think that because their child is so precious that everyone else in the world either belongs to them or needs to oblige to their needs. This next post is by Lonely Soul 61. So this just happened and I'm effing livid. I'm on mobile, so sorry for any errors. I, 17 male, am on a field trip to the zoo for my science class, and in between the exhibits, I found an adorable dingo plushie that is a perfect gift for my mom, who has been battling cancer for the past 1.5 years, so I bought it for her and went to the next exhibit. Maybe 15 or 20 minutes later, we got to split off in groups of 3. And so I tagged along with my friends B, 17 male, and D, 16 male. We went to the gorilla exhibit, and this is where our entitled mother comes in, who I will call Karen for obvious reasons. Where did you get that stuffed animal? Oh, I just got it at the stand at the beginning of the path, and I think... How much did it cost? I think $18. Wow, expensive much, isn't it? Yeah, the only reason I bought it was... Can you give it to my precious darling? Then I noticed this kid hiding behind her, and I will give her the name SK for a shy kid. I think she was 7 or 8 if that matters. During the entire conversation, she was just hiding, and when she did talk, she was just a nice kid. Sorry, no, I don't feel comfortable doing that because I want... Why the heck not? You're way too old to have stuffed animals anyways. At this point, I think she has a fetish for interrupting people. Yeah, but the reason I bought it was for my mom. Well, that's even worse. And look, you made Shy Kid cry, so you should give me the stuffed animal. At this point, I was so mad I didn't care what I said. Look, lady, I'm sure the reason why your daughter is crying is because you're yelling at me. How dare you, you heartless F! I have a bisexuality pride patch on my jacket. My special darling needs something for her anxiety. Then she tried to grab the plush out of my effing hands. We spent a minute having the tug of war of the century, and then my friends walked up and helped me get the plush back, and a zoo worker showed up, aka ZW. What is happening here? I explained what happened. Okay, ma'am, what is your side? This little brat showed up and took the stuffed animal out of my baby's hand, and then his friends showed up to get it out of my hands when I got it back from him. Mommy, stop lying. Lying is always bad. Shut it, Shy Kid. I'm trying to get you that plushie. No, Mommy, it's his. Madam, I'm afraid you need to leave. You can't kick us out. We're here for our family vacation. No, only you have to leave. Why? Because you harassed this young man. At this point, I could leave, so we went to the next exhibit. When we went to lunch, I inspected the plushie, and except a bent ear, it's okay. I'll fix it when I get on the bus to go back home. Gee, I feel like if entitled mothers felt like their baby deserves everything in the world, then they would be willing to spend less than $20 on that. This next story is by AmberAsluon. So I work in a daycare, and I have many stories where I have to deal with entitled parents. Here we have what I like to call breast milk entitled mother. The daycare I work at, as most daycares, allow mothers to bring in their own breast milk, and we have a fridge to store it in. All mist comes with labels and will have their own place in the fridge. One day during drop-off, I had just been given a bag of bottles of breast milk by a mother dropping off her baby. As I go to head to the kitchen, I hear the sound of entitled mother screaming my name. This entitled mother was widely known by the staff and widely disliked. The kids voted where they want to go. They voted the park. She wasn't happy about it for some reason. I tell her what I told her before the kid picked where they wanted to go. I can't change it. She was happy and huffed until she noticed the bag in my hand, and this is where it became insane. What's in the bag? Oh, this is breast milk one of the other mothers left. I was just about to put it in the fridge. That's a lot of breast milk for one baby. Yeah, the mother wanted to make sure she kept a good stock here, so we always have some. So you must have plenty then. I guess. Then you can give me some for my son. Billy? Yes, he's 5. I read online that feeding your kids breast milk is good for them, even older kids. I'm sorry, but these belong to another mother. They're not mine to give away. Oh, I'm sure she wouldn't mind. You said she has plenty. She likely won't even notice. It's not going to happen, entitled mother. No, please sign your son in and go. This is just ridiculous. They shouldn't be able to take that stuff in if they are not going to share with the other kids. She walks out before I can reply to that. I hope you enjoyed this episode of r/EntitledParents. I plan to go to some other Reddits soon, so stay tuned for that. And bye-bye!